What's good, good people? Let's talk, man. I want to share a video with you guys. Don't let it get to this point. That's the name of the video. Hey, before we get started, thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for hanging in there. Hey, like, share, and subscribe. You already know what I say. HBO special. Run across this video on social media of a Marine 19 years in. He's tired. He's just tired. He just fed up with the thing that's going on around him. I'm gonna play the recording. I'm not gonna play the video because due to like the respect, even though the video is on the internet, due to the respect of his family, I'm gonna, because I don't know if this video was to spread awareness or he actually committed the act, unaliving himself. There's certain terms that you can use on social media before they ding you for something. I got a couple of those. But I'm going to say this a couple of times in this video. Suicide Hotline 988 before it gets to this point. But I want you guys to listen to the video real quick, and I'm going to give you my thoughts.
Due to leaders failing.
Say goodbye to everybody. Tired of stressing. People screwing me over. Tired of living a lie. Almost 19 years in, and I'm not going to make it to 20. People make mistakes. I made some, but I really can't do this anymore. It doesn't matter, y'all. Nobody. If you left me at the funeral, to my children, I want you to understand that I love you guys more than anything, and that this was too hard. I felt y'all. I felt myself. I felt your mom. I felt my entire family. Let it go.
Suicide Hotline 988. And I understand everything that this man is going through. Now, he's 19 years in. I'm kind of guessing that he had a couple of deployments under his belt. Combat or non-combat, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. My thought process had to change about that, my second deployment, and seeing people go through things that they went through. It's not the answer. Before it gets to this point, unaliving yourself is not the answer. It's not, it causes more of a problem. You're not the only one that's in this decision that you're about to make. If you're to that point, military or non-military, it doesn't matter. This video is for the world. I just hope people get things, something from what's being said in my content, as far as building. You're not the only one on your train. I explained that before. Like, he said kids, kids growing up, he apologized and he felt like he was a failure. And that's okay. It is okay to feel like that. How can we get to a place of stability, stable, like with a clear thought process? 988. So me personally, my thoughts and my opinions and what, I've been at that, being transparent completely. I've been at those points of being tired. I get tired now, but I have something that I have to think about before going down a particular type of route. Like, I sit back. I'm just gonna say for me, I sit back, I think about my son. I'm being transparent. I think about my son. Like, if the act was to be committed, him growing up and he's a teenager, he becomes a teenager. And not just him, there's many other people around him that might be like, well, let me finish. he's going to think that it's okay for him to check out based upon what I've done, because he's going to think that that's the answer. I can't say the easy thing to do, because doing something like that to yourself cannot be easy. It's not the easy, but it is the hard way out. I say the hard way. A lot of people may say it's the easy way for him, but everybody else around him is going to be damaged. It's kids, like I say, they're going to think because you doing what you did, it's going to be okay for them to do what they do. They might not commit the act, but other areas in their life might be damaged. It's certain type of character that's put into a person when they do things like that. You're not alone in your decision making. You have to think about that. Get the help. Get the help. Talk to somebody. There has to be a close friend, a support group. Don't worry about the backlash from anybody, because people will look at you weird. People will think of you different. You're bold for coming out. It's a reason why people don't come out and talk to people about what they're going through mentally, because they're afraid of being judged. It's this new thing with social media. If you have to put you on the forefront, you have to be somebody else in order to get a like. Your biggest flex is your money. Your biggest flex is your body. Your biggest flex is your success. But nobody's seen what actually goes on behind closed doors. Nobody knows what's going on in your thoughts. Nobody knows that, but you alone. But I'm telling you, get the help. Get the help before it gets to a particular type of place. Get the help. I'm gonna say that multiple times on this video. You are not alone. Your life is worth living. The people around you need to enjoy the best you. The best you. If the military or your job is the cause of you thinking the way you think, not to sit back and say whatever brought you to that point is going to make you okay mentally, but you have to get rid of a factor to make you like sustain some type of purposeful life, like thought process, going on to be a better you, thinking different, giving people a particular type of you so they can live and enjoy you in their life. I mean, this is kind of a hard topic for me to talk about, because I've talked to plenty of people that's been down this road, and not just veterans. To be perfectly honest with you, it's a lot of civilians that go through the same mental thoughts that veterans go through. And I think a lot of things with veterans are being swept under the rug. Get the help. Get the help. You're not alone. I'm going to keep saying that. Your life is worth living. People need to enjoy you, who you are. I'm just hoping. I keep repeating it because I just hope it just sinks into somebody's psyche and say, yes, you're right. It's not worth it. This storm that I'm enduring at the moment is not worth it. These people that's pushing me, or whatever this thing, this traumatic event that's so dug into my mind, is not worth taking my life. It's not worth it. There are support groups out there. Find something that you can do to take your mind off of things. That's usually a big thing that works for people. Like working out is a huge thing for me. It takes my mind away from actually life, to be perfectly honest with you, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to fail me doing my workouts, whatever it may be walking. Yes, that's considered a workout because I am in my mid 40s. Yeah. So that can be a big thing for you. going for a walk, going to the gym. Hey, maybe going on a vacation. That can be mentally relaxing for a lot of people going through what they go through. But a lot of people don't like being around other people, and I understand that too. But there's ways around that. This is all about your comfort zone and dealing with what you deal with. If you have a family, it just can't be just being in the house. I had to learn that the hard way. And I'm still learning it to this day. You just can't be in the house when you deal with something like that. You have to get out, walk around, get a support dog. I have a big dog that I've had for, I want to say 13, 14 years. I'm a, share the story on how I met this dog. I volunteered at an animal shelter. He had a red tag. He had a red tag on his cage. His name is Onyx, by the way. So, he's barking out of control. And the guy that worked there, because I was only a volunteer, he worked there. He tells me, yeah, they're probably in the next 2-3 weeks, they're going to put him to sleep. Me in my head, I'm thinking like, nah. I'm looking at the guy. He's barking at me. He's looking at me. He said, yeah, man, don't go in that cage, man. He might bite you. Because, yeah, he had me backed into a corner. That's what the guy tells me. So I sat there for 10 minutes and he looked at me barking. Came back the next day. Same thing. I sat there. He barked. I sat there for a minute. He barked. He barked. He barked. I came back on the third day. Same exact thing. So, I go talk to the ladies at the front desk. I say, hey, Onyx, what's the deal? Yeah, he doesn't have too much long. He has a red tag. So, I say, I like to take him home. I don't know if that's possible, sir. I say, it's possible. Trust me. I'll walk in there. No, first I walk out the office. I'll go around to the dog's cage. I'll walk inside of his cage. He's running back and forth. The lady walks out the door. She says, hey, watch out. I looked at her. He's running back and forth. He's about to bite you. I say, no, he's not. I sit down. He's barking. Eventually, after a couple of minutes, he stopped. And he just sat down and looked at me. He was at a distance. I sat there for a minute. I walked off. I left the cage and I walked off. Came back the next day. Went in his cage. Did the same exact thing. He was doing the same exact thing, and it went just like the previous day. I did that for 2 more days. Got a leash, took him out the cage. He let me put the leash around his neck. Walked him around. I say, hey, you mind? Because I had 2 other dogs at the house, 2 small dogs that we had. I say, you mind if I take him to our house to kind of get him adjusted to the home? I say, what do you mean? You know he's about to. I say, y'all can't put this dog to sleep. There's nothing wrong with him. He just needs someone to love on him. Catch what I say when I say what I say. He needs someone to add some care to him. You see, he didn't bite me, right? She was like, yeah, you're right. Let me talk to the supervisor or the manager of the place and see what they say. They gave the okay. I took him home 2 days in a row for like 6 hours. He was fine. He didn't bark at my wife. He didn't bark at the other dogs. I let him out in the backyard. He ran around. I played catch with the dude, and I don't know what type of environment this guy came from. All I know, he needed to transfer his thoughts into something different. But there's times that I did see that whatever trauma that this dog has been through is there, and still to this day. But he knew that he had somebody looking out for him. He knew that. He felt that. And all I'm saying is with this story, that you'll always have somebody in your life that'll add some care to you to get you to a place to where you can think that even though your problems are still there, it's still there. You'll be in such a safe zone that whatever you're about to do, you can always rely on that person or people that's putting a particular type of care to whatever you've been through to get you to think different. Hey man, I got a quote. Got to close out. So slow breathing is like an anchor in the midst of an emotional storm. The anchor won't make the storm go away, but it will hold you steady until it passes. Ross Harris. Hey man, once again, 988 suicide hotline. Who's up next for Formation? Let's talk. Out.